So the students, you are once again welcomed for the part 2 in which we are going to discuss Ivor Brown essay, A Sentimental Journey. In my first lecture, I have given you an elaborate introduction of the essay and what kind of a journey it is, what kind of a recollection of memory it is. Now, in my this lecture, I will discuss the things, the points which are discussed by the writer in the essay. The writer refers his visit to eastern part of Scotland as a sentimental journey. He refers the eastern part of Scotland. The place reminds him his visit to the place in his early boyhood. He has spent some time in early boyhood in this place. Now he recollects the memory of that place. He compares the beauty of the previous time to the present time. It gives him great pleasure that there have not been a great change, although many radical changes have taken place, but somehow in landscape there has not taken place many changes in this part of the world. They still use the all traditional method. Traditional means the old methods of farming. Similarly, one can also see the games which were popular in 1900, 1900. So the games which were played in 1900 were also can be seen in that country, in that countryside today also. They are played with same enthusiasm and vigor. The tea is served in the same manner of neat bag of cakes. The dip tea is still served in that place still now. So the poet says, the writer says that although there have been many changes have taken place, but still many things are same which were in his boyhood. The writer laments over the loss of landscape. The place now looks a diminished look. The landscape which were sprawling, which were spread to far off places, far off lands, but now it is diminished. Diminished means it's become low, it's become very tiny, it's become very small. You can say that earlier it was considered, it looks like a paradise, but now it is a diminished, a narrow paradise, you can say. It is a great setback to the previous memories of great romance. The writer also lost, the place also lost the mysterious wildness. In his boyhood, the place gives a mysterious wildness, a mysterious look, a strange look. We fear that there is a wilderness, there is a dark forest, but now there is no such kind of fear. So it loses its mystery or strangeness. The gardens have lost spaciousness. The spacious means the which were spread to many acres. They were now it's become narrow. In other words, the place has lost the old age wildness and the strangeness. The beauty of the place has diminished. So in the same way, in the same proportion, when the size is become low, so the beauty also become low. Beauty also become dim. The writer points out this trend with a scale 1 inch to a mile. That the things which were spread to miles now comes to inches. Therefore, the beauty of the place has been reduced to a small area. But the writer feels satisfaction that somehow the quantity has become low, but the quality is there. The things which he enjoyed in his boyhood now has become narrow, in a diminished look, but it still gives some kind of appeasement. The writer expresses grief over the life of the gamekeeper. The gamekeeper means the person who was the custodian, who was the caretaker of the gardens, of the bungalows. He has been displaced from his hut. The person who knew the beast and the birds with their noise, now he deals with bull's eyes and half pounds. Now, this is a degradation that now he has lost the job of looking after the gardens and the forest, but now he is doing the other things. The lawns are not maintained properly. The gamekeeper is employed in digging potatoes. Now he has some other job to maintain the sprawling gardens has gone. Now he is doing some valuable work, which is like digging potatoes until the short spelling. Therefore, he is the most injured man. So he will feel more hurt. Injured means hurt man. The progress at bat has brought a great change in his life. So, in this way, the gamekeeper or the caretaker of the large estates in his life, the progress has not brought anything good thing, has not brought any good thing to him. The writer recalls that this place was once a land of giants, the big mans. It was inhabited by black bearded men. Many times they kidnapped a small boy to show their odd harvest. When these gigantic big mans they came, you can say that the tribal or the remote areas people, when they come to the city, they pick up a boy to show their things to them. But today there is no fear and wilderness. But today there is no such kind of fear that anyone would kidnap you and would take you away and show you the things which they are doing. Scouts, boys organize their camps in those wild places. The writer expresses satisfaction that quantity has gone, but quality still remains. People are quite sensitive and wise here. The writer admires the fitness and shaping of the houses. It has been in relation with the landscape. So the people have made houses according to the landscape. So the writer feels satisfaction in this regard. So we can say that in conclusion, Brown points out there are many benefits in growing up. The imagination in boyhood is limited to the place, but when you grown up, you can imagine far of things. In early childhood, you have a very narrow imagination, but as a child grows up, his imagination also increases. It provides opportunity for adventure. When you grow up, you went out for adventure. In your early age, you cannot take that step. In this way, the compensation outweighs the loss. So, in this way, the writer satisfies himself that the things which we have got from giving up those things is not so bad. The compensation outweighs the loss. So, the compensation means the things which we have got with progress, with civilization is not a bad bargain. The writer ends his sentimental journey without any regret, without any remorse. The exchange of things is quite generous. The things which we have got in place of losing that thing, that is quite generous. The past things cannot be recovered. The past things cannot be recovered. So we cannot bring back the time. We cannot recover the past things. Therefore, he concludes the essay with this remark: the house in which I gladly lived, the house in which in his boyhood he lived, has become the house I gladly look. Now I can feel happiness and satisfaction only by looking at that house, because now the place is not livable. Now you cannot live in that place, because when you are grown up, you have some other assignment, some other work. So you feel happy, you feel satisfaction that in my childhood I lived in this house. So you feel happiness by seeing that house, because it is not the time you can live in that house once again. So that's the thing. In this way, the essay is full of sentiment, is full of emotions. The writer becomes emotional by recollecting the memories of his boyhood, and he recollects most of the things which he enjoyed in his boyhood in that eastern part of Scotland. I think there are such things in your life also. You also miss those events, those things which you have enjoyed in your village, and after a long gap, you revisit, you once again go those places, and you found that many things have changed, and you regret that in my boyhood, in my early childhood, these things were not here. But the progress, the writer says that the compensation, the progress which has been taken place outweighed the loss. The loss means the loss of beauty, the narrowing of landscape, and natural things, the wildness. That these were the old things. Now the things have become more polished, and the civilization has progressed, and you are dictated by your science and common sense. No one is bothered about the priest, the religious leader, because earlier the life was controlled or dominated by their sayings and by their dictates. Now the educated man, they are free. They can take their own decisions. I hope that you would enjoy the essay. I have sent you the original text, as well as I have sent you the PDF notes on this essay. So my first advice is to you that you should read the text, original text, and the notes which I have sent you. And after doing that work, you can listen my video. So I think you would be more